All right, we're online. Everybody see us?
Hey guys, what's going on?
Just a sec. Just gonna see that everything is working.
Yeah.
We need a soundtrack made. Right?
Soundtrack for what?
Like opening soundtrack. That'd be funny. All right, so we confirmed that everything is working.
Beautiful.
So hello everybody. Aaron to my left, Dan Dabek here. It's been a pretty epic time behind us. 2 weeks ago we were last online. Since then, massive milestone was crossed. 1 million products listed. Version 1.5 of the wallet is released, and what's on our horizon is user acquisition and version 2 of the wallet, getting the international community involved, and not just the international community, but also people just ad hoc jumping in and joining the network and selling stuff. So first thing I want to dive in is a recap. Are you guys able to see us like clearly and hear us clearly? Just before we get too far, let's make sure that this is works flawlessly. All right, cool. I just got some thing saying like our connectivity is low, but we're good. So yeah, anyway, so 1.5 is launched. One of the biggest things on 1.5 is uh, instead of just a straight list of products, we now have across 4 products across. And then the other massive element of that is the USD conversion, or actually the price peg conversion system. So from now on, sellers are able to list the product in US dollar terms connected to a oracle, and that oracle gets updated, and the products are updated for the SFX price based on the external the external price feed. So that way you don't have to edit every single item every time the price changes significantly. The price oracle updates the price in real time. So now you could see the USD conversion. And if somebody used an AUD price peg, then it would be pegged to the AUD and you would see AUD, or the euro, or the Japanese yen, whatever it is, the currency that the people are using. So then those are 2 massive features in 1.5. There were a bunch of small bug fixes in 1.5 that appeared in the original version that we released all the way back in April. And what else was there? So also some super valuable update was when you, let's say you list a product and you only want to ship it to the United States. So now when you list the product, you can tell it which countries you're willing to ship to. So based on that is how, in a future version, the plan is to have a little drop-down menu, and you could pick which countries that you're looking to shop from. At the moment, it's sorting through IP address, but maybe you want to see what's for sale in the U.S. and buy something in a U.S. address, and but it definitely made it really easy to uh, fill in your shipping info, and for our systems to be able to then pick it up and then automatically send you a product. So uh, what else? We have in 1.5 we have, so Macintosh is signed. So now you have an officially registered app on Apple. Windows is coming up. I have that ready. Just need to put it up online, and so that's really valuable for future user acquisition. what else do we have on 1.5 to think of? Yeah, bunch of little bug fixes, and then those huge features that I mentioned that make all the difference. So sales are up on that right now, have doubled in the last month. We put on those new products in the start of April, and it's been about 30 days since we started using the new system, and now we're at more than $1 million of products listed.
Yeah, that 1.5, almost 1.5 million products listed is essentially a buy order for anyone that has Safex. You know what I mean? It's another form of a buy order. That's the way I look at it. Like, you know, someone that has product is trying to buy Safex right now with their product. It's a really cool way to look at it. There's definitely a lot of new faces, you know, and new people starting to, you know, onboard onto the Safex, you know, this newer wallet. And just, yeah, super exciting stuff coming up very soon. Also, there's, if you guys noticed, you know, there has been times where a product would become sold out, and the sales didn't happen on Safex. The reason for that is, if you guys want to know, is that some of these products are listed on multiple channels. So, like, someone, let's say, has a specific amount of inventory, you know, over a couple of brands, they would have it listed, you know, on a couple of marketplaces, and Safex, you know, marketplace being one of those marketplaces. So, you know, right now we don't have, you know, a tremendous amount of buyers. So we you know, the other marketplaces will make those sales prior to us, you know, getting it sold, only because these are products that are in high demand. You know, so that would be a good reason why something would be available one day and not available the next day, even though we didn't make a sale.
Yeah, it didn't get registered on Safex, but that's all changing. There's so many people now discovering Safex with the new product listings, and that just keeps expanding.
Yeah. But what's really crazy is that even at this stage with 1.5, just give you guys a little hypothetical scenario. Let's say you guys are making an event at your house on a Wednesday, and you needed, let's say, like a cutting board, some plates, right? A Lego set, a wine glass. You know what I mean? Right now, if you were to make that order on, let's say, Wish.com, is a marketplace that does 2 billion plus, I think, a year. You know,
Yeah.
AliExpress does, I don't even know, probably $1 trillion.
Way
An
more than Wish.
an enormous amount of. If you were to order the shopping list that I just mentioned to you, all of those products are available on Safex Market currently. If you were to try and make that shopping list for your Wednesday event that you're having at your dinner at your house, if you order it from those places, it would take about 10 days or even more than that to get it delivered. You know, Safex at this stage, at the version 1.5, if you order that shopping list, it's going to be by you by Wednesday. And you just have everything that I just mentioned before, quicker than you would have it if you would order on those other platforms. And I think that's an incredible way to look at our progress, is that we didn't even hatch, and we're already a better option than a real life situation. We're a better option than platforms that are doing billions of dollars a year. It's just mind boggling to me.
Yeah, John McAfee said cryptocurrency is supposed to be used for that whole purpose, currency, right? Safex is the ultimate currency. You got to work to earn it, and then you have a place where you can actually spend it, right? So we do everything what Bitcoin does and more. We do it in a better way than Bitcoin does, and and you know, there's a lot of people in a rush to build this virtual world, and we're offering something a little bit very tangible. So, you know, if you do have that event coming up, you do need a rotisserie chicken type of situation, and like, you know, by Wednesday you got a couple days, you got limited options how you could manage to get yourself those things that you need on time. And Safex, with Aaron's product selection, just keeps growing and growing, and Aaron's working around the clock. Um, a lot of people are super satisfied so far with what has occurred. They're excited about the future for Safex, and um, yeah, that whole $1 million. We crossed the $1 million mark on, when was it? On Thursday, right? On Friday. On Friday, we crossed the $1 million mark on Friday, and like Aaron said, it's like practically like a buy order. It's pretty much like a buy order like on Excalibur. You can go and convert your coins directly for products. So, um, and that product selection will just keep growing, and there'll be more product than there's coins to buy them. So, you know, that'll lead to different interesting dynamics in the markets. So,
Well. This week happens to be just from expanding on the product selection. We got the attention of some very very big players in this industry as far as people that trade goods, and this week hopefully we'll have the some electronic sellers. Some sellers in a different category. I'm going to start taking on sellers from multiple. Even thank you for our community. There's multiple sellers currently active on the marketplace currently at 1.5. And this week we're bringing on a couple more sellers, handpicked, just so that we could cater to, just a little bit in every category, just so that we can have a broad selection, and then we'll expand on all of those simultaneously. But this week we're going to have some huge electronic sellers come on, and that's going to really add to the overall.
I'm so excited about that. Yeah.
It's going to be good.
Yeah, so that's really thanks to everyone who's been using the platform the whole past month.
Yeah.
We're really demonstrating um, some substantial work has been done on our side that is allowing this fluid usage of this platform, and people are taking notice. And it's like osmosis, where water isn't, it goes. And so same like product selection brings users, so that next steps. Now we have a working product. We have a a platform that matters. People are able to mine the coin. You're able to buy the coin. So the next steps are only to talk about what Safex gives to everybody around the world, and um, so we've been listening to the community, but um, a lot of projects out there in the crypto space are focused solely on marketing, and it's important, no doubt. But you want to be marketing a real working product, and so with 1.5, like we've had the blockchain since December of 2020 with the marketplace protocol. Great. We launched a wallet in April of 2021, and we started the first sales. Great. We learned so much. Then in November, we launched a system on our side here for managing autonomously a massive catalog of products. And we've been putting that through. And we've got people from Aaron's side using that system. We learned so much. And now we have 1.5. So we have a highly presentable, very strong funnel for selling products over the Safex platform. So our product is the most in its most compelling position ever, and it will only continue to expand. We'll have this new electronics vendor, and the network from that side, massive, and it'd be a good time to talk about version 2. The significance of version 2 is that, so you got to realize that there's a lot of systems that that help the sellers manage their sales with the world. So um, while Aaron has plenty of network internationally that he knows that he can bring on board, really interested in also giving the wallet to be used by the 1,000 sellers that we've heard from and enabling them, and as well as everybody else around the world, and that to be one of the cornerstones of the growth internationally. So, besides just we have our automation systems that we've developed, and but then there's also the usage of the wallet as it is, and so we V2 is going to change the game. There's 1,000 unique people who signed up. Some of you might be listening right now who signed up, and I'm telling you right now that in a short amount of time, this wallet will be enabled for you to use to sell products. And the only reason that hasn't been offered out explicitly is because there's systems that need to be turned on, and we needed the space to dedicate the time to turn those systems on, so that your experience will be it would be useful. Let's say not useful in the terms of useful in the sense that it'll be a good experience, right? So now we have that runway, and we spent a whole month of October coding brand new things. We've spent the whole month of November turning those things on. Now we're spending the month of December turning on V2. So this is going to get very exciting. I think you'll start to realize the design of Safex. Safex blockchain is a protocol. So at any time, someone could have, at any time, someone could have used the Safex blockchain in their own way. We've used Safex blockchain in a very kind of linear progression, where we realized, okay, let's crawl, let's walk, and then we learned to jog in November, and now we're running.
Now we could actively deploy, portions of our marketing strategy because we have, reached those milestones. So now a lot of that, it's going to be game changing.
It's time. Yeah. It's time. Yeah. Product selection will keep growing. Product selection is connected with user base. You want users, you need product selection.
And also real life better alternatives, like that example earlier on. It's like if you're solving someone's issue, if it's a better option, then now you just need to tell people that it's the better option, because now it is the better option.
Show them how it is the better option. And some stuff is going to be cheaper. Some things, we can't control everybody's pricing, right?
Yeah.
So sometimes things will be way cheaper. Sometimes it will be, the same price. Or sometimes it might be even more expensive. We can't control everybody. But like Aaron, you described me, if you walk into Walmart, they have a $3 Diet Coke at the
cash register. Yeah, not everything in Walmart is cheap.
But if you go to the back and you buy it in bulk, you might get the 6-pack for $3.
There's deals everywhere. There's more deals on Safex. However, there's also things that are going to be 4 times the price because we don't control the seller's price.
Right. And but we'll always have really good partners who have competitive pricing because they want to make sales, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm the most ecstatic. I mean, who's not happy with the massive list of products right now? If you didn't download 1.5, I strongly encourage you to. And yeah. Aaron, you got any points you wanted to bring up?
Other than we're right on time, right on schedule for everything. That it's been tense. Sometimes you feel like we're not going to hit those deadlines, but we're well before Christmas, and look how far we've come, dude. We have everything set up to a point that it's just a matter of formalities just to get a tremendous amount of products listed for Christmas. I'm just trying to just take bits and pieces from each category just so that we have something for everybody. But there's really no stopping the train. The train has left the station, ladies and gentlemen. We can hit $100 million of product listed if we just focus, zero in, and just don't take your head off from the desk. But we're human. I use the restroom. You know what I mean? we all have, but we've been making some covering some crazy ground. Super excited for the electronic vendor coming on. I purposely focused on that just so that we could have some cool stuff for Christmas, because I know not a knife set or suntan lotion may not be your focus right now as a gift. So I want to have something for everybody. Electronics is going to be a big win for everyone. High ticket, good price, very good price, competitively priced electronics going to come on in real quantities. So I'm really looking forward to that. That's going to be my focus this week. And like Dan said, the marketing full force. We're going head first into this situation as planned, and I'm really excited, dude. It's going to be a great week. It's going to be a great month, and it's going to be a great future.
Yeah, so end of the year is coming up. This is the biggest time of the year. People are, in a rush and scrambling to get things together. So what better time than to amp up product listings? So that's basically the whole month of October was building out this system to onboard in your network, and because this is we're such in an early stage of the platform. There was a one irony who's here still holding since mid 2017. Think about that for a second. How valuable it is where what we've done right now. If you're still tuning in as I am, I mean, I'm not just tuning in. I threw down and bet on this in full, despite so many opportunities, thrown at my feet. I just focus and I believe in the vision. And the whole point is that we're so early in the platform, it's now live, right? That um, we've prepared so thoroughly that when you demonstrate something this strongly early on in the, let's say, the usage, because you had the token, and then you had the cash, now you have both, then we finished the marketplace platform. People could only imagine what it could be like in a different way than I would imagine. So if you bought the token, you've been following along the story, you could only imagine, and myself as a technician with the blueprint, the architecture, with the engineers, I always knew what I wanted it to look like. And here we are. That vision is manifest. And so the smartest thing that I thought we could do, and it looks like a good idea, was to demonstrate a very strong catalog of items that get delivered in the strongest way possible. And so I'm pretty sure we've accomplished that. In the last 30 days, we've delivered pretty much every single purchase has shown up at the door with the speed of, the top selling platforms on the planet. And people were able to do it with the cryptocurrency private one, with a, one that was mined that, we didn't start with the whole sum in advance. And and here we are. So things can only compound upon this. We can't go down. We could only go up. The chart of sales can't go down. It can never go minus. It can only go up. So if you understand this, you understand where we're going. So now we've manifested the platform that I didn't envision it. Nature envisioned it. I delivered it. So here we are now using it, and pretty soon you're going to have V2, and it's going to be one of the most empowering pieces of software on this planet, because anybody on the planet can take it, download it, and open up a store with the click of a few buttons. There's nothing else on the planet that has ever allowed anyone to do this, and ever before. And so this is it. I mean, the whole world is now different. No one else has built something like this. No one wants to build something like this for whatever reason is their reason. Like I said a few minutes ago, was plenty of people in a rush to build a virtual world. We're offering something that's completely tangible. So, this is a new bridge. This is necessary, and there's billions of people out there who don't have crypto still, and they don't have it because they didn't resonate with buying pictures for real money, okay? But they do resonate. Every one of us in this chat room, every single person watching this right now, every single one of you buy things every single day. You need something. You're consuming something. We're alive. We're humans. It's this water bottle. We have water bottles. We have hydro flask. If we still have hydro flask. You see what I mean? Like,
We're gonna have, yeah, it's crazy. What the coolest thing is that when you start losing track of what you have, and you see someone on Twitter post that they had that knife set, and I saw it. It was so cool. Did
that
you
was
see that knife set?
amazing.
I
Yeah.
looked at it. I'm like, I want one of those.
Yeah. No, that was nuts.
That was a cool knife set.
That was nuts. Yeah. I don't know why Twitter doesn't always my feed, like, it shows me things from people I don't follow. Yeah, I don't get it sometimes, and then when I see some tweet, I'm like, why I didn't see that when it happened? I don't know what it is that.
They control what you see first, and something.
Yeah, for some
something like
reason,
this.
yeah. And then when I saw that, I was like, wow, 17 hours ago, I was like, why didn't I see that the
Yeah.
moment it got posted? That
That's
was
super
incredible. Yeah, I couldn't believe it.
Start to lose track because it's what I mean, when we start making crazy amount of sales. You won't even
That's the other thing. The Safex Ninja probably gonna need an update for rather than every single time a sale happens, it should put a summary, every hour. You know what I mean? Like, maybe if a sales, after V2, you're gonna have 1,000 people. Maybe not all of them sign up all at once, but you're gonna have 1,000 people who expressed some sincere interest. And the reason how I'm measuring sincere interest is, 1,000 people signed up. We sent out a newsletter about 6 weeks ago, and more than 100 people replied saying, "Hey, thank you," or "Hey, is there anything further I need to do about this?" That's nuts. That's amazing. Every 900 out of 1,000, 900 people opened the email and read it, and then yeah. So I'm really inspired. I'm really happy where we are. I'm glad what we've built, and it's time to tell the world about it. And we'll be deploying some of that marketing that we've been discussing the past month. And the reality is that we finally have a business that needs to be told to the world, and it's not a nonsensical virtual business. I think the video games, those are entertainment, but I do think that there's a lot of projects in the market. There always have been, there always will be, and we need to start discussing how different we are from those, and why people should be putting their energy, their focus on participating in Safex, and I'm talking, bringing your own perspectives. We're building tools, and we are putting forth a really strong step forward. And there's plenty of examples out there how to use the Safex blockchain. So
And also, we're getting some of these to simplify the onboarding process for outsiders, like to just make a much more simplified way to do a
Exactly.
specific. We'll call it a funnel, for example. Let's say if we want specifically for a buyer or where they are, just get what's really important information in front of their face quickly, and then that's really what we're doing now with marketing, especially in my network. Is I'm tapping in to places where Excalibur is licensed in my community, my hometown, and we're basically going to streamline the onboarding process and really onboard tremendous amount of people in mass with our new materials that we're going to be releasing soon. That will simplify and
Exactly.
just remove remove things that are,
friction.
the friction. Just
Yeah.
make it a lot easier for people to come and join.
Because it's not, Safex is not more complicated than anything else. We just haven't been talking to so like there's a question about great tech about how to market it outside crypto community. Well, great question. Like I've made the first videos how to buy altcoins on Earth in 2014. So 7 years ago, I made the first videos how to make a Bitcoin wallet and deposit Bitcoins to Poloniex. Buy. This is before Ethereum. How to buy a coin. This is when the biggest altcoin market cap was like $13 million, and the conversion from that video was thousands of new buyers, new users of crypto. I wouldn't be surprised if some people, some of you guys watching right now, you're welcome. How many thank yous I've got over the years for introducing people to Bitcoin and crypto. You see what I mean? So we just need to now deploy what we've been discussing. Some of the things are already underway. So let's just do it. I mean, we've got the tech covered, great tech, great product selection, more coming. Community engagement in the V2 with the seller option. I think it's speaking for itself. And just to push the narrative and make it easy to adopt. So let's see some questions. I think a lot of the focus has been on this is cool. How do we get this to other people, right? And I think the product selection is probably means everything, right?
And the new materials that we're going to release. That's
so new materials, the product selection,
the reason to.
And marketing is I don't want to say like an eternal thing, but it's something that we need to. So we've been building all the time, getting to this point, and marketing is something that should be front and center as it's as important as tech at this point.
Yeah, but it's not like we're starting from scratch with the marketing. The marketing has been in motion. The marketing plan has been in motion. It was contingent on specific milestones being reached just to capitalize on the vehicles we chose for our marketing strategy. And you can, that's really, we're at that moment in time right now that we are deploying those actively. Right now, we're up to that, and it's going to be
huge things going to be dropping tonight. This is all about to take hold, and I'm just thinking about 1 year from now, 2 years from now, we're going to need collaborations, we're going to need all kind of stuff out there, and I firmly believe that a platform like Safex is the future of crypto. I'm pretty certain that this is the way of the future, and we've brought it here today, and this is a wave that will take on, that will catch millions, if not billions, of people around the world going forward. I think that when you talk about a project like Safex, people are compelled and inspired, and they're amazed that such a thing exists. And we're talking about something that exists today. So, I was always talking about, a lot of people watching right now and who will definitely watch, review this video, have been with me, and the Safex community for a long time. And I've always talked about where we will once be, but we're here. We've already done 1.7 million SFX in sales. That's more than 1% of all the coins in circulation have been spent on product. You see what I mean? So, and that number has practically doubled in 1 month. So, when a V2 comes online, when another $9 million of products come online, when Safex products are discoverable on Google.
That's going to be a game changer.
What are my head is exploding right now with all the potential that we're. This isn't me talking anymore. This isn't me talking and holding behind the scenes, some archaic architectures that need to be implemented. This is already implemented. This is already in motion, and people are already experiencing. There are people who have repeat business on this marketplace, and they're buying the things that you might buy in the store, and you're able to get them using a coin that you extracted out of the network. This is insane. This is amazing. I think a lot of people are discovering that. I know we have a very strong international presence, and maybe this sounds, this sounds like something that you haven't experienced yet because those products aren't listed for international shipment, but that's coming. That's like very close to becoming a reality. It's a possibility right now. We've sold products international. We've shipped to more than a dozen countries, and
V2 is going to do. They're going to enable international, and also, we're just so early on right now, even with the U.S. building out this infrastructure. But that infrastructure is going to be copy and pasted into all of it, a lot of countries.
Yeah.
One at a time, we're going to just knock them out.
Exactly. Yeah. Actually, to enable some of these systems, to the next country. But of course, everything has to be well organized. I wouldn't say organized, but has to be like, you need the folder for this country.
All we need is 100 dams.
No,
that would be perfect.
If we had 100 coders, of my caliber, we'd be on the moon, literally, not just with the price or anything like that. But I think we're in a good place. I've built a whole lot of software. Plenty of competent people next year will be able to join our team and work on and improve the experience of what I've built. But the point that I wanted to make was that when we open up in Portugal or Spain or Japan, it doesn't take much to take our system, what we've implemented today, and plug it into that country. It's just a matter of making the space, setting up the notebook, and just saying, okay, this is the Japan sector, so that it's not all mashed up together like with the U.S. products and the U.S. reporting and the Japanese. Every country needs to be well organized, right, on our side, so that we don't have a massive mess. And that's why going step by step has been more successful. Like you wouldn't want to run. People say, build quick and fail quick and clean up the mess. Then you're going to spend the whole time cleaning up a mess. You know what I mean? It's unless you had the whole house of janitors, it's not. From my experience, it's not the smartest way to go. Sure, you can start something and make it massive, hype it up, and then it falls on its face. That's exactly where we don't want to go. At least I don't. And sincerely, if someone out there, that's how you want it to go, Safex blockchain is an open protocol. If you're smart enough to read the documentation and you could implement things on your own, you have your own dev team, good luck to you. You know what I mean? And more than happy you should try. But, we're taking a process that is proving epic. So what's the problem? No problem, right? Yeah. Yeah, there's new products. Yeah, tonight, are we listing new products tonight? Or
potentially.
Potentially, but there's other things that we're doing tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah. Import taxes. So the question of import taxes, you don't have. That's why we're doing. The U.S. inventory is in the U.S. So if you're buying from Safex Market right now from the TWM wallet. Those are labeled for U.S. There's no import taxes in U.S. to U.S. But if you're selling, let's say for us to have sold from U.S. to Japan, there may be import taxes, and that's why we're not doing it that way. You see what I mean? So,
For example, with
yeah,
DHL, even if we do, each country has its own situation. But for example, a single package, I've sent historically to a couple of different countries, and one country, you pay the fee for the label, and sometimes you want to add insurance and add everything you can just to make sure that it gets there, and there's no shortage of willing to pay on the seller side for the label because for example it could be an expensive item, so who cares if it's 60 or 80 or 90 or $150 for the label if you're shipping something that's worth $1,000. The problem with some countries is that no matter what the seller will do, they may still charge the buyer an import tax because the buyer is importing the goods from another country. So we cannot control your country or so that's why some items we had at least one time they tried to collect money from the buyer and saying that they owe money on the entry.
yeah.
And even when I specifically spoke with the carrier saying, hey, we would like to cover it, how can we prepay? It's impossible. And even their import fees aren't inconsistent. It's very
It's up to the customs agent
exactly
at that moment.
exactly
Yeah.
very unpredictable in specific countries. There's not
Actually,
it's not
yeah,
black and white.
one massive merchant, very huge Safex supporter. He also told me this advice that when you sell something internationally, he just ships it, and provides all documentation, and it's on the buyer to clear it, and that's that, right? That's just a part of the doing the business. But I understand like some of the medallions when they came in, they had an import duty. Not all of them, not all of them actually. Actually, most didn't have this import duty, and some of the bags that made it, they also had an import duty. But again, not in every case this wasn't happening, and so um, but the point was that these this huge catalog of items. It's the reason if we're gonna have a huge catalog in Japan, it's gonna be Japanese vendors locally over there with warehousing over there delivering at lightning speed, just like we have in the United States right
Yeah,
now.
the exact same system.
Yeah,
Is gonna
and
be
that's what we're
implemented.
talking about. We're not gonna take our catalog from America and then list it for sale in Japan. Japan will have a catalog. United States has a catalog. Every country, pretty much, more or less, will have its own catalog. If we're talking about this lightning speed delivery system that we've arranged and we've developed, and then, but on V2, if you have individual sellers, right? Let's say somebody had, the Avita catalog and they put it online, and let's say they live in Spain, right? If they chose to, sell and do things in their way, let's say, and that means that they're willing to ship from Spain to Japan, that's their business and that's your business to buy from them, right? On our side, um, the way we're approaching the marketplace is we have a system we've developed under Aaron's supervision, and it plugs into the warehousing, and when you buy, it
You'll
tells
get
the
it by
warehouse, and
Wednesday.
you get it. Yeah, you get it. You'd order it today. By Wednesday, the latest, you'd get it, depending, as long as you don't live in the middle of nowhere. But even if you live in the middle of nowhere, you'll probably still get it by Wednesday,
Yeah, I say Wednesday,
if
Monday,
not sooner.
Tuesday, Wednesday. We can
Yeah,
get something to Alaska by Wednesday, Puerto Rico, Hawaii by Wednesday.
yeah. You see,
Unless it's propane.
it depends on the day, depends on the hour, and it's like one thing got there in 16 hours, another thing took 4 days. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So,
depending
but
on which
usually
version.
on average, it's within 2 days you get the product. If you're within the United States and you're buying from the U.S. side of the market, so
I'm gonna go buy a knife set.
yeah, those are really nice. Yeah, that was incredible. I couldn't believe what I saw. Yeah, there's a lot of So I think websites. Yeah, we have a new website coming for safex.org. Um, the previous website has been there prior to the marketplace launch. Now, there we built a website, but it's like, how you got like 50 things in the air. You got to pick your battles. And now our battle is communication. Safex.org, getting an update. Um, Safex Market already has live stats. The first thing that you see there. I'm refreshing over there to see whenever a sale comes. Safex Ninja on Twitter is amazing. Um, yeah, yeah. It's also, you mentioned earlier. It's really incredible to see all the new people who are showing up to the Safex. Opportunity is there for everybody. You didn't have to be here before to tap into the opportunity now and into the future. And if you already been here, the advantages of knowing about it first, right?
And knowing about it, yeah. By the way, guys, whoever beats me to it, anyone that's listening today, my offer stands. Anybody that has the first documented tweet of us surpassing 10 million of value listed products on Safex Market is going to get a gift from me, $500 worth of SFX sent to your address. If you beat me, the first tweet on Twitter that says 10 million, the screenshot.
Am I eligible?
No.
I'm not eligible.
That is not eligible. Neither am I.
That's a huge gift. That's crazy.
Yeah, guys, be on the lookout. As soon as we hit 10 mil, post that, and I'm gonna. Only one person is gonna be the winner.
Only one winner.
Yeah. We could do the math. You could see what time it was posted.
Yeah, you could see the timestamp.
Perfect.
Yikes.
Gotta start saving up.
Yeah, save $500 in Safex cash. That's a lot of Safex cash.
By then, maybe it'll only be 500 Safex. You never know.
So is it the price at the time of
No,
winning?
it's 500 USD worth
At
of
the
Safex.
at the time of the winning?
At that time.
At that time.
Yeah.
Right.
I was gonna say a figure of Safex right now, and then I was like, wait a second, that would be the worst thing I've ever done. That would be an expensive.
At the time, we crossed 10 mil.
At that time, the 500 USD worth. You're only gonna get 500 USD essentially, but I'll give it to you in Safex.
Only.
Yeah.
You could take that and spin it right back into the market if you wanted. Anyway, this is awesome.
Yeah.
Challenge accepted. Okay, we got some contenders already. Dollar signs in their eyes.
Nice.
I love it. Yeah, I have no further comments. I'm happy. Last week we didn't come online last week. We had 2 weeks ago we had some issues with the volume. I had some technical glitch on my phone that we're recording with, so we couldn't prepare, basically, and we had a lot on our minds. Not on our minds, but we had plenty on our plate. We really wanted to get back to it. We kept it short, right? We're just like, all right, let's get back to it, and the results speak for themselves. So
Yeah, we were to buckle down. The last 2 weeks were crazy productive, amazing.
yeah. There were some conferences going on this week, right? We briefly, touched base with a few people in the past week from a crypto community. There's, Art Basel and stuff like that. A lot of friendly people were in the city. That was cool. Yeah, so compelling what we're doing. I think we're over everyone's heads, Yeah, people really are like, what people are gonna. This is gonna be incredible, like Overstock.com, one of the first platforms. We're using Bitcoin. You could buy products on Overstock.com. They made more from Bitcoin going up, but I think Bitcoin is done in terms of its spectacular growths. Not because it collapsed 20% today, but these big guys selling their stock. You think they're not selling their Bitcoin You just don't know because they don't have to announce it. You know what I mean? So, you know what I mean? Bitcoin went up. If you spent $1 billion on Bitcoin and it turned into $6 billion, do you think you're gonna keep it? Of course not. So I like, Safex. Maybe it didn't pump, maybe not yet. For a sustainable amount of time, but you know, at least it stayed stable. At least it didn't, go too far below a cent, and it's been pretty much between 1 and 2 cents for some time. And we have a totally different story than what's out there. Everybody is talking about what they might one day once one by one be, right? As convoluted as that sentence was, is exactly what I think about a lot of the stuff out there on the market. So we, on the other hand, stuck with the story, we stuck with it, and we delivered upon it, and now it's speaking for itself, and there's something real here. You know what I mean? So if you start peeking under the hood, you would see that everything is as it was supposed to be. So how incredible is that? Not many people out there can say that. We made something unique. We bet on something unique, and it's being against the trends before their trends is how you make all the returns. So, I didn't want to be involved in building, a virtual world platform, even though Safex can, like that, become a virtual world platform. But let's start with something useful, right? Let everybody out there go for everyone who is hunting virtual world people. Great, good for you. We have our own narrative, and it's completely different than the rest of this narrative that's out there. So we're going to attract a totally different crowd. I think a more sensible crowd. Don't get me wrong, I love entertainment. I love, NFTs to me were a tool, not necessarily a method for, making, converting art into money online. NFTs are a tool as a part of a game. You know, NFTs by definition is every product listing that you buy generates a non-fungible token. You know, the the receipt for your purchase. But somehow I think delivering a virtual item is much easier than delivering a non-virtual item. And when you start seeing that people's projects, the DeFi world, like Safex token is the original DeFi and based on a real world activity, right? It doesn't promise you APY, whereas you have now 2 years of crypto projects, just tokens upon tokens that are promising APY as a marketing trick. You know what I mean? So it's like if you fell for that and you abandoned something real like Safex is the real gold, right? If you abandon Safex for something like a DeFi project that promised you APY, that caused you impermanent loss, it still went up because the founders owned all the coins, and then they were still able to prop up the price as Bitcoin went up. And then you still feel like you got something. You don't see that you lost something, and you don't see that the future is not going to be there. The future that created an example, but it's not the thing. It's the proxy. It's a superficial representation of the true decentralized finance that we were brought to this movement in the first place for. You see, marketing dollars and telling a story and making it easy with these BSC coins and all this kind of stuff. Like this is not the future. This is not cryptocurrency. Cryptocurrency is proof of work mining. You can't be taken away from. Solana was turned off by the developers like that. They had a little glitch. They turned it off. Everything was off, and then it pumped even more. That's insane. This is not what we signed up for, and yet it's holding down the market. This is not how this world is supposed to be working. This is a glitch, and Safex is correcting that glitch. Yeah, stake tokens constantly going up. It's a huge amount of stake tokens. I'm surprised how many people stake their tokens. I'm proud of how many people stake their tokens. Yeah. Yeah, thanks guys for being online. Um, Developer guides, yes. You know, the TWM API has not been documented, but the entire Safex blockchain is very well documented. The code is so clear. There's a wiki, and you can check out the wiki on GitHub on Safex Core, and there's plenty of code out there, easy to read code, and you can see everything how it works on TWM Inc. / TWM. The wallet itself shows you pretty much like it's all out there. I mean, if you there's nothing wrong with spending a lot of your developer hours researching trying stuff. This is fun stuff to deal with. I mean, it's so much fun. You're using a blockchain that has lets you put products and manipulate products. Like, so cool. So if no other questions, I think we're coming up on an hour.
Nice.
Yeah, dude, this is awesome. Up top.
Sweet.
Yeah, we'll just give it a minute if anyone got some other questions, and we'll call it a day. Well, we'll call it a hangout, and we'll continue maneuvering over here. Yeah, tutorials for how to buy. We're gonna push those tutorials.
Yeah, we're all gonna see a lot of new faces really soon.
Yeah.
From this, it's gonna be
People all the time. They just can't believe this didn't happen anytime sooner. So we're at the right time. Timing is everything. All right, guys. See ya.
bye, guys.
Wait. Help me build an epic miner. Can you DM me or post to the forum? Yeah, let's build one together. All right. Catch y'all later. Wait, one more question. How to turn our artwork on the wall into NFT on the marketplace? On Safex blockchain itself, right now, we don't have, it's not explicitly available to put the NFT. You'd still have to use Ethereum or Binance to make the NFT, but then you could actually sell the NFT on Safex. Yeah, I'm not sure that I have bandwidth anytime soon, soon in the next weeks to focus on that. But if you really want to do that, I suggest going on the forum.safex.org, and we could hash it out and eventually get to that point. I'd love to see that happen. So if not anything else, see ya once again.
See you guys later.
Thank you, everybody. Bye.